everything is end in this play. How did you start with the idea of getting rid of the dramaturgy of something linear from the beginning to the end, and just choosing single cases, episodes about the idea of death?
So the Old Trout Puppet Workshop, who made this show 15 years ago, they actually first did a production of Pinocchio. And there's, in the real story of Pinocchio, Pinocchio kills the cricket, the Jiminy Cricket. And the audience it was the crazy bit that everyone loved. And so they thought, well, we don't need to do any other part of the show. Let's just kill puppets over and over again, because it's such a heightened moment. It's like it was a highlight for so many people, the death of this puppet, that they thought, let's do a whole show with the deaths of puppets.
And how did you match the puppet and the presence of the actor in the play? How did you choose to be coexistent with the puppet in the play?
Well, we as a company, we have taken over from the old version and old cast of the company. So these puppeteers being present, they already existed. So I guess it was always the idea that you present the puppets, but you also present the puppeteers, and you don't necessarily even hide the hand of a puppeteer. So you kind of make it a show that they are puppets, they are being manipulated, so you don't necessarily need to hide the operator, so you make it obvious. And I guess it was eventually part of the creation process where they realized that they want to also be performing themselves and be in front of the playboard, so that you can see both the puppet and the performer.
Also, the code, the poetical code of the representation goes from the hilarious to the dramatic. How did you build up the sequence of the construction? Everything is...
I think we have a director in the original Trout. I think you should ask him. He's the director. He has all the answers for them. Here we go.
Difficult questions?
Here we go. He knows
I will
everything.
answer them expertly. Yeah, you'll all be surprised.
The question is about the construction. How did you choose the sequence, when to start from the hilarious, from the satirical, and then to arrive to the dramatical? Is that something you thought about, of course?
Yes, I mean the principle of the show was that people would think that it's funny when they come in, and they would enjoy themselves for a while, and then it would slowly start to devolve and become more and more profound, and they would be unprepared for it, and so they would be thrown off guard, and the profundity would therefore be exacerbated.
And also there's a strong breath of cinematographic approach to the imaginary. Everything is... I thought when I came out, this could have been a film. Mm-hmm. Why did you choose to do it with puppets?
It's funny, we made this play in 2006 when things like YouTube were just beginning to exist, and TikTok did not exist, and so we were just far ahead of our time. We were geniuses in a way, I suppose would be the word. I don't want to use that word personally, but I just have, so let's run with it.
I agree.
It's up there now, yeah. But we like the idea of fragments of that we could say just a little bit of a story, and that the audience already knows, how stories work, how a protagonist will encounter obstacles and then come to an end or succeed against their end. That all of these structures and formulas are built deeply into our psyches, and that we didn't really need to do all that extra stuff. We could just shoot directly towards the existential horror of existence in like a kung fu attack.
So we can say that Wes Anderson copied your work.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. Yes, we've got lawsuits, but we're not allowed to talk about them.
And how did your poetical approach with theater followed after this?
What have we done after this?
Yes.
Well, we abandoned this idea because it doesn't work, and so now we're back to full-length narratives and narrative arcs. No, I mean the things that we have done most recently. We did an opera, for instance, that was a full grand 2 acts with 8 opera singers and 6 puppeteers and acrobats and the whole deal. So and that is again, it's always about death. I don't know what it is about us, or maybe it's about puppets that they tend naturally towards mortal ends. That's when finally their artistic potential is realized at its greatest. Yeah.
Is it something to step away from the fear of death, or something to, make it confident with you?
Indulge in it, maybe. Yeah.
But puppet is very good at dying.
It is.
Because puppet is already dead. Yeah. And we as a puppeteer, we have a power to make them alive, but it's always dead. So probably that's good subject.
Yeah,
very
exactly.
good.
And also we can kill them, like really hit them, we can bash them. Nobody
Killing a dead is
killing a dead, but like
dead is
but you don't feel really bad about it in a way, but audience can feel for it. So,
Yeah.
And puppets themselves can get away with murder.
yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, in a sense, I think that if we were to sort of try to distill what the show is about, it begins with the comedy of the mortality of things that are already dead, but then through repetition, through each time that curtain closes and then opens again, we know something else is going to die, and slowly but surely the corpses pile up, metaphorically around us, and we begin to realize that the point of theater, which is to elicit in us compassion. And
That's the point of theater?
I think so. Yeah. The understanding of of another person's effort to be alive and how central they are in their own universe, and so by the time we get to the end, we hope that the absurdity and the comedy of it has transformed in a way that humanizes both the puppet and ourselves. I totally just thought of that. That was good, wasn't it? Yeah. I've never said that before.
I'll keep it jealous. Thanks a lot.